Welcome to the 15th Floor, a Radiohead reaction podcast where a Gen X father tries to convince his Gen Z son that Radiohead is the greatest band of all time by introducing him to Radiohead songs one song at a time. He reacts to those songs for the first time, gives you his take and his score. I react for the umpteenth time and get to gush and tell him why they're the greatest band of all time. I need to stop saying gush so much. No one says gush. But,
you say gush.
I say gush.
That's your thing.
I'm trying to make it a thing. That's not. I don't want that to be my thing. If I got to choose my thing, it wouldn't be gush. Last song we did was A Wolf at the Door. And I really love Wolf at the Door. And you were okay with it. But it didn't hit you like some of the other songs did. We'll see what Man of War does. Man of War is off of OKNOTOK from just a couple of years ago, the re-release of OK Computer, with some unreleased material. Man of War is an old one. It's from really around 1995 when they were touring for the Bends. And you'll hear a little bit of the Bends era in this song. Back when they were playing it, they played it at a number of concerts where it was kind of referred to as Big Boots, either by them or by the fans. Because of the reference to Big Boots. It became a fan favorite. Tom York really wrote this song. It's kind of inspired by James Bond themes. At the time when they were touring for the Bends, they were also doing Nobody Does It Better, one of the James Bond themes. And their version is very soulful and beautiful. And I have an old Napster hacked version of that song. And this kind of falls in line with that. And you can hear in live performances a very soulful performance by Tom York. And you'll hear it again here. They wanted it to be included in a soundtrack for the Avengers, not the Marvel Universe Avengers, but a really bad spy movie with Ralph Fiennes. And it wasn't included there. And so it just kind of... Then they played it one more time in the early 2000s, and then it really just disappeared. And like so many other great songs, it came back for OK Not OK, and the fans were all excited to see Big Boots or Man of War. Man of War has always felt to me like Radiohead's song that sounds the closest to something maybe Led Zeppelin would do, something coming out of the 70s, the early 70s with good rock there. You'll hear that in the guitar. You'll hear that in his soulful voice. It's just a really good rock song. And, Johnny Greenwood's guitar is fantastic. You're wondering why I'm setting this up so much. Jacob hasn't given a really good score in a while, and he doesn't have to give a good score if he doesn't want to give it a good score. But you hate to throw one like Man of War out there and then have it fall flat. Jacob, what do you know about Man... No, I'm just kidding. I'm not even going to ask. Yeah. You don't know Man of War at all, do you?
No.
Do you know what a Man of War is? That
Like,
doesn't matter.
It's a type of... It's not almost, but it looks like a jellyfish.
That's right. It's a big old jellyfish with big old long tentacles. But that's not what this song's about. Although the first couple lines kind of sound like that. Man of War was requested or recommended by Stephen Glenn, Jonas Wendon, It Me, Avocado Man, Inverse Midas, Muhammad Yayavi, Raphael C, and East CH Kia. So here is from OK Not OK, the long lost Man of War.
Ocean to ocean, search the whole world for drunken confessions and hijacked affairs. Will just make you more alone. When you come home, I'll bake you a cake. come for you.
So unlike most Radiohead songs, I feel like I know I've been looking at this the whole time, but usually when I look at the lyrics, I still think to myself, is that really what he's saying? It does not sound like that at all. But this, you can clearly hear him, and this is a song where if I come to love it, I'll definitely be singing it and enjoying it.
Tom York is really restricted by studio space. And I know he's had some of his greatest moments in a studio, and band members agree, but this is one of those songs that you can hear he's bound by the restrictions of being in a space. And that's unfair because he really lets loose when he sings this song live. And the guitar is so good. Johnny Greenwood does such a great job. There's some other versions where they use just a lot of phaso vibe, wah-wah stuff that just gets a little overbearing. This version, they ended up with a very clean version of it. But when you get those two guitars and that piano underneath, it really and it's not so much sound that it blows your mind. It's really well done. And I'm already talking too much about it, so sorry. For those people who might doubt that we don't, because no one doubts this anymore, but you remember back to our very first video, There, we got a lot of flack for listening on AirPods, particularly that we had only had one in each ear, and without argument at all, I will say that's not the way to listen to any Radiohead music. We were just trying something out, and we never really knew for sure that that's how we wanted to do it, or that we'd even release that video as it was. But we found another way to do it where we can hear a lot more clarity. And man, this song's beautiful when you hear all the clarity. That's what I think. And every time I hear it, I feel like I hear something new. And this time, those strings were really popping a lot for me, a lot more.
Yeah, I feel like when you were just messing around with the piano and the guitars, I just feel like those instruments were really able to capture the mood. From what I got from this song, it's probably definitely not true, but just a man it's a love song almost.
Oh,
that's just what I got from it. From your reaction, you seemed shocked, and it's probably not even close to a love song, but it's just from the mood and from the way he talks, I just feel like it's a love song.
I don't think I think that's perfectly fine for it to be a love song. Hey, bake you a cake. Doesn't matter that it's made out of their eyes. But yeah, that's nice.
So sweet.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I know that it was kind of submitted not just for the Avengers soundtrack, which was a really bad movie, by the way, but also for, it was inspired by James Bond type themes, and then they actually submitted it for the James Bond film Spectre, which just came out 6-7 years ago, and was really well received. But because the song was not a piece written specifically for that film, it would not be eligible for an Academy Award. So they chose not to go with it. And then Radiohead created a song for Spectre, which is a gorgeous song that was also not used for Spectre. Shame on those people who decided against that. But now I do hear a lot of James Bond theme in it, and I think of those old James Bond films especially. And so but again, like I said, it has kind of a shadow of Led Zeppelin to me, and I really I love that part of it. When you watch, there are versions of this live you can catch on YouTube, and he is just so much more soulful. He plays with his voice so much more, and his voice instrumentally wraps around the lyrics a lot better than they do in the confines of a recording studio. That's probably something that musicians struggle to deal with, which is why they go record in strange places like mansions and broken down places and anything else that looks anything but like anything but a recording studio. And this is why Radiohead fans regularly say you need to play these live versions, even in the basement where it's still kind of a studio space, but an open, freer, live space. And I understand that completely. I know people want us to react to those. They're just a little bit, we got to get through some of these, really their library first. And certainly it would be worth it to look at some of these live. And I'll always try to include some, so if people are interested and they are too lazy to go up to the search bar and type in Man of War live on their own, they can just click the link that's down below in the description and find the live version that I particularly like, or whatever the case may be. I think really the first time I heard Man of War was on Meeting People Is Easy, which was a documentary that was kind of a strange, noisy documentary that was done in the late 90s while they were touring for OK Computer. And I'm sure, as most Radiohead fans have either seen it or owned a copy. I owned a VHS copy. This plays as this song Man of War plays over a montage of them in kind of down in their in the lower point where they're kind of dragging through their tour, and so it has kind of a weird connotation in that sense, but still a beautiful song that rises above that usage there. So you've told us a little bit about it. Now you've got to give it a score.
So for this song, I always like songs where I can figure out the mood so I can understand it better. It's fun to, if I listen to it more, it'll be fun to sing whatever stuff that little things that just make the song more enjoyable, and this song has a few of those things, so I'll give the song an 8.
Oh, good. Yeah. Let's look at artwork, see how the kids interpreted it. So her picture is of a man receiving a cake from this woman who says, "Welcome home, warrior." And that's a cake. I should have asked her what the guy was holding.
A shield?
A shield, maybe? Man of War? Yeah. That looks like that could be. Welcome home. Bake the cake was a big deal. And then one guy's saying, "Wow, you are the Man of War." And the other person saying, "Yes, I am." Might be one of the more simplistic art pieces from him. Mm-hmm. With a good minute left in the song, he did announce that he was done. So I was not shocked when I saw that.
Yeah.
I like to have them draw late at night because not late at night. We're not talking like bad levels, but around their bedtime, because I feel like if they listen to the song and then put more effort into the artwork, the longer they do their artwork, the longer they can stay up. He doesn't get that. He draws it quickly and then runs up to bed. He's happy to go to bed, I guess. She takes a little bit more time because she is aware of the fact that when she's done, it is in fact bedtime. So, just a little bit of inside the minds of the artists, if that's what you're here for. From our last video, A Wolf at the Door. This was a comment by Alex Harris. Says, "I reckon your favorite song is either Everything in Its Right Place or Nude. For the record, my top 3 are Everything in Its Right Place, Exit Music for a Film, and My Iron Lung, in that order." Intrigued to know. Yes, Radiohead are the greatest band of all time. I think I love seeing people's like that sort of thing, their top 3, and I know it changes for a lot of people, but I like seeing what their top songs are. We've done some that might not be quite as well known or might be on the top of people's lists, but a couple of them have done a lot better than with you than I think they would with others. Body Snatchers, which people like, but I don't think they'd like it as. I mean, you instantly had were liked Body Snatchers and Palo Alto, which are just probably not the highest on most people's list. As I read these songs, I just thought, oh my gosh, we haven't done any of those yet. We've got so much more good Radiohead to go. So, yeah, thanks for the comments. Keep those comments coming. Anything, personal experiences that you don't mind sharing about your discovery of Radiohead, your Radiohead top albums, your Radiohead top lists, your The Smile top list. We're still interested in those because we've got reactions coming up to the Smile songs. Other bands that you've discovered that you think we need to check out. And then, of course, particularly popular songs or music that just cannot be ignored that you think we need to listen to, that we can react to, that would be first-time reactions to us. Somebody did bring out, one of the comments I almost chose was about Tool. They said, I know you said in the past that metal wasn't your thing, but you should check out Tool. Of course, again, like you too, Tool is a little bit older and therefore well known by me. I'm a big Tool fan. I really like The Perfect Circle. I think there's brilliant vocals and lyrics in Maynard's stuff. That performance of Sober, where he's wearing the little one-piece pajama outfit, and his posture is so bad the whole time. He's just kind of hunched over, and in that, he's doing it on purpose to show you that in this awful posture, he can belt out vocally this amazing song. So unfortunately, even Lateralis, all those things would not be first-time reactions for me. Jacob knows Sober, and you probably know some other ones that you may or may not know that you know. But you might probably well agree, Tool kind of transcends what we'd call heavy rock or heavy metal. They're kind of in their own stratosphere, like Radiohead or Imagine Dragons. They're in their own place of the best at what they do in the version that they do it. Please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit the notification button so as soon as we release a video, you know, and we can just make your day when you turn on your computer and or phone. No one turns on computers anymore. Does anyone have a computer? When you look on your phone and, a new video from the 15th floor. Hold on, Mom, or hold on, Boss, or hold on, Pope. I've got something important to do. Those are all good examples. Thank you so much. You're all so kind. This is a lot of fun. We look forward to doing a lot more of these throughout the summer. Continue to love one another. Keep listening to music together. You're now leaving
The 15th floor.